okay, well, what happens after that maybe fleeting temporary state of awakening, of some version of realization of
Yeah.
how you are in relation to all things,
Right.
removing the veil of ignorance, gaining some insight.
The thing that hasn't been really mapped or even that well described is, when you get to, Tibetan Buddhism, especially the direct path traditions of Mahamudra, Dzogchen, they have this type of awareness called Rigpa, which is non-conceptual awareness that is then first described as awareness of awareness itself. So not being conscious of being aware, which is what you call meta awareness. Not that, oh,
Mm.
I'm conscious that I'm aware. Sometimes that's called awareness of awareness, but this is now when the awareness that's pointing toward consciousness turns around and looks back to see, is that a point of view or a meditator, or is there actually some more boundless awareness that's effortlessly already here? That then, interestingly, the next stage of Mahamudra is that from pure awareness is called same taste or simultaneous mind, where, oh, the awareness is not just pure, it's arising. Things are not moving through it like in OM or choiceless awareness, where you're in kind of a big sky mind. It's more like ocean and wave. Like thoughts, sensations, feelings, energy is made of the awareness. That's why you feel interconnected. And then there's a sense of, so those two things are just so hard. How do you even get them on the map of, because many scientists, let alone even a lot of meditators, are like, well, I don't know what that awareness of awareness. I just know how to calm my body and I can see there's no self, but I don't, like, what is that thing that is aware of itself, by itself, as itself, and is the kind of, inherent, innate awareness?
When we describe how that experience of meta awareness and awakening, that those insights, those deep, profound insights of being connected to all things, in order to get to that place for people, there has to be a beginning point, right? And so, if you think about depression or anxiety, or typically thoughts that are ruminative in nature, core beliefs about oneself, such as I'm not good enough, or I'm a bad person, something that you feel is driving your constant default mode, meaning that this is something that is constantly circulating in your mind when it's at a state of rest or passive kind of mind wandering, right? That thought becomes part of your identity. And when we, at least from my understanding, when we talk about that as a thought, we teach people how to separate or provide a decentered approach to looking at one's thoughts from a distance and say, I am not my thoughts. I am having the thought that I am not good enough. So there's your metacognition.
Yes.
And then the meta-awareness is not only the disidentification from that experience of I'm not good enough, right? So it's no longer driving the stress and reactivity in your body that happens when you start feeling I'm not good enough, and saying it to yourself. It's together that reduced reactivity to the thought content, right? And that disidentification from that experience internally, right, as separate from oneself, becomes more of a non-conceptual experience of meta-awareness.
I would say, having been through different systems that do those kind of steps, it's almost like pulling back a camera. Like you're in the scene of the movie, and then you pull the camera back, and then you see that the characters are thoughts, is the first thing. And then the question is, when you go to meta-awareness, where are you located? So are you located in another point of view? Are you located in this choiceless awareness, big sky? Or have you kind of opened and kind of come back so you're aware from both outside and within? Kind of centerlessness, everywhere, nowhere, and here. And that's where it starts feeling interconnected in a way that is, starting to talk about this Rigpa rather than just forms of attention.